Monster Hunter Wilds has introduced so many great monsters to the series. Some are better than others, but every monster in this game ranges from good to amazing. So in today's video, I will be rating and ranking these monsters in order of their appearance in the game. I will place them in a tier list. For this rating, I will take into consideration of the designs, movesets, attacks, and how it is to fight against them. Obviously, there will be spoilers for later game monsters. If you haven't played the game or you don't want to know, don't worry, I will let you know when you can stop watching. So, without further ado, let's begin. Chatacabra, like Great Jagras in World, is our starting monster for this game. I actually really like this design. It is not amazing, but it's a solid gorilla frog looking monster. It has presence, and the colors on it work for the environment. Charging from its behind might not be the best option visually, but it gets the job done. It is relatively easy to kill as it is like a sponge, it just absorbs all the attacks. Even in Tempered, it's an easy monster to deal with. Overall, I like Chatacabra, and I think it's a good starting monster for this game. I will put him in the B slot. Kumetries, or Kumetries, however you want to call it, this fire chicken was actually so annoying to play against. Its fire attacks look cool, especially when you fight against it in a grassy area, but overall it just annoyed me. The design of it looks good, but like its gameplay, that annoys me as well. It's just not a pleasing monster to look at. It is my least favorite monster in this game, and I'm going to put it in the C. It does get easy to play against as you improve and upgrade weapons, but yeah, overall, I wasn't in love with this monster, but still, it's not that bad.
I'll take it from here.
Counting on it.
Lalabarina, the goat.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I absolutely love this monster. The design of it is so unique. A flower spider. The white and red colors of this elegant monster pop so much. When it opens the flower part to bloom, I was just mesmerized. I absolutely love this design, and it is so cool to fight against too. Lalabarina actually acts like a spider with its sudden movements and walking. The spike attacks from its flower part can be annoying if you cannot dodge, but its other attacks when it shoots out smaller flower leaves is so beautiful and cool to look at. Capcom definitely cooked with this monster design. A definite S, and my overall favorite monster design in the game.
Because of them now I have to fight them.
Congalala is a very fun and silly looking monster. The design of it being a big hippo monkey works well. The overall pink color of it suits this monster as well because its attacks generally consist of yellow colored farts and burps. It's just a good contrast to have between these colors. But yes, you heard it right, this monster burps and farts.
Let's go.
These attacks can cause your hunter to sleep. The belly flops attacks are funny as well. Overall, I like this monster. It can cause a challenge at first, but it is really easy. I will put it in the A tier. I really liked fighting against this wacky monster. Balahara is a monster that is similar to Kumetries, as in the design of it being annoying to look at. It is a slimy sandworm looking monster that attacks while twisting and turning. Even if I don't like its disgusting looking design, I gotta say the monster attacks are fun to fight against. It reminded me of sandworms in Dune. There's not much to talk about, to be honest, it's a good weapon tester monster. I'll place Balahara in the B tier list. Doshaguma, on the other hand, is another amazing monster. This is such a cool-ass design. A fusion of a lion and a bear. The size of it intimidated me at first, and the attack in the village in that cutscene was very cool. I just love how thick it looks and it fits perfectly into these maps. It's a great addition to the series. The attack patterns can be wild and unpredictable, so it makes the fight so much fun. An instant A-tier monster. Utduna's design reflects his eerie yet majestic nature, making it stand out as a truly unforgettable monster. I was in awe when I first saw this monster. It was just massive and scary, yet elegant. I honestly thought it would be hard to fight against, but it wasn't. It just had powerful hits that randomly happened. The whole jumping and flipping in the air like a whale attack is cool, but the ways it creates after certain attacks can get annoying. But I gotta say, it's an easy A-tier monster. I just loved it so much. Rompopolo is one ugly monster, man. It is literally a mosquito monster that spits out poison. But fighting against this monster is fun though, as you can do good amount of damage and kill it with a satisfying way. But overall, this monster is in the low end of the list. It is still good, but suffers the same fate as Kemetris, so I'll give it a C. Rei Dao is straight up a brilliant monster. I'm a sucker for electric type monsters and villains, and this electric dragon is just so badass. The arena it is in with all the electricity works so well. Its attacks are powerful and fun to dodge, and the electric attacks that turn sand into glass when it hits is always impressive to see. An instant classic and an S tier monster. Nerscylla is another spider-type monster, and it does not compare to the greatness of Lalabarina. This one has darker colors like blacks and purples, so it loses that unique looking visual. Fighting against this monster can pose a challenge, as it has irritating attacks, but overall, I kinda like this monster. Nothing special, but nothing bad either. B tier. Hirabami and his friends are super cool flying monsters. They usually hang out in gangs and they can mess you up. I like the colors because it differentiates compared to others. It's a very cool monster design, but fighting against it is so annoying. Because they float most of the time and I usually play sword oriented weapons, so my attacks don't reach them. Fighting 2 or 3 at once can really pose a challenge. It is a high B but a low A monster, so I'll place it in the B tier. Ajarakan is straight up an S tier monster. This fire monkey has the shape of a flame and it is so majestic looking. I love the colors on it too. It pops in contrast to the background. The attacks it has, like slamming the grounds with flames and using its spiky back to push towards on the ground, can be a challenge to deal with, but still, I adore this monster. Nuudra, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is a very cool monster. Fighting against this octopus monster can get frustrating, but it is very fun. Because it has multiple arms, it can get quite challenging, especially in high rank. The design is disgusting, slimy, and yet again, unique. The attack that this monster has where he opens his underbody and slams on the floor is not that easy to escape, as it covers a large portion of the area. Overall, he's a B monster. I wish it had more color in its design because it looks similar to another monster that pops up later on.
Something's wrong!
Guardian Doshaguma is literally a Doshaguma reskin. It has more of a white color to it and the attack patterns are wilder and they hit more, but overall, I prefer the original design more. The white color of it takes away the badass design it had. Still, a good monster, B tier. Guardian Rathalos, similarly to Guardian Doshaguma, is a reskin of the classic Rathalos. It lost its coolness with that white color, but the neon waves it has looks cool. This one was a hard fight, I struggled every time I played against it. Rathalos and Guardian Rathalos is even harder with unexpected attacks. Again, I'll give it a B. Jindahad is a breath of fresh air. This monster's presence is unmatched. It is intimidating, mysterious, and massive. It was the hardest monster to beat for me. Even at high rank, I struggle every time to beat it, because it uses all of its legs. If you're attacking the monster from the back legs, then it will move to those to brush you off. Like I said, it is the hardest monster for me. The design is cool too with the bone spikes. It is absolutely an A tier monster. It's good to see Odogaron from World back again, but this time around it is called Guardian Ebony Odogaron. I really like this monster's design, but I prefer the original design more. The colors don't do much for me this time around. The corrupted effects look interesting on other monsters, but yeah, for Odogaron not so much. The attack patterns are fierce and it poses a nice well-rounded challenge. The attacks and the behaviors of this monster saved it for me. B tier.
It's eating it. I don't think that's a guardian.
No, it feeds on them.
Shuvu, once again I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is the monster I was talking about when I said there's another monster similar to Nuudra. I like Shuvu more compared to Nuudra because it feels the most unique monster here, as in it is a very different looking monster compared to other ones. Yes, literally in the game, this is the most unique looking monster to me. The design of it is a slimy symbiotic octopus and it will fit right into any FromSoft game, especially Bloodborne. I get a kick out of fighting this monster every time and its attack patterns reminds me of Venom. A tier. Guardian Archveld is our flagship monster. The design is amazing. I absolutely love the whips it has on its wings. The white color and the purplish neon veins the Guardian version has work so well together. Archveld overall is a worthy flagship monster. I'm sure it will become a series classic. The battles are super fun too. It gets annoying at times because of how difficult it is, but it kept me keep going. Even though I will place it in an A tier, Archveld is definitely an A+ monster. Okay, the monsters I will talk about after this point onwards is the final boss and all endgame high rank monsters. So if you haven't finished the story and don't want to get spoiled, come back after playing the game. If you don't care about spoilers, then feel free to continue watching.
By my own order. I will slay Zoshia.
Zoshia is the final boss of this game and damn, I really like this monster. I was thinking to myself, wow, he looks all white, I wish he had more color or patterns, and then boom, it starts to break itself and reveal the actual design. Such a badass design and the fight itself was fun too. And it's all set in one area. A tier.
Why would you? She actually hit it.
Yan Kutku is the first monster you fight after rolling credits, and it's a very fun fight as you go ham on it. Some of his attacks are hard to avoid at first, but you get used to it quickly. The design of it is not too bad either. I do like his colors and the fire attacks are cool to see. B tier monster. Gypseros or Gypseros is another wacky monster like Kongalala. Fighting this monster gave me joy. Just look at his silly little face. The design of it is like a dinosaur bird. It is nothing special, but the faking his own death is what makes this monster so unique. When he's down and faking his death, he pokes his head up as well. When I first saw that, I was super confused. You could even carve it for materials, but I didn't know why there wasn't a timer. Like I said, I was really confused. That fake death alone makes this monster an A-tier monster for me. Ratian, like Rathalos, is another series classic monster that benefits from having the amazing RE engine boost all of its details. I love this monster. It complements the fiery Rathalos with being a greener and meaner version that does poison attacks on top of the fire ones. I always think Ratian and Rathalos is like Scorpion and Sub-Zero for Mortal Kombat. The colors are great on it and the attack patterns are challenging. A definite A-tier monster.
Eric! Oh, yes? Did it just... Did I miss it? Set, fall back!
Guardian Fulgur Anjanat. My boy Anjanat is back. That monster made me spend so much time trying to kill it in world. It became my arch enemy. I just have fond and annoying memories with it, so I'm glad it's back. But saying that, I actually don't like the Guardian effects on it. The design and the colors look ugly. It is a relatively easy fight as well. Sorry Anjanat, but B tier monster. If the colors were better, it would have been an A. The OG Rathalos is also back and it is way better than the Guardian version. Everything else is the same, just without all the white color corrupted design. It is a classic monster and I love the design. The RE engine does wonders for this legendary monster. The colors pop in a realistic way, A tier. Ravios reminds me of the fat dragon from the D&D film. The design is different yet feels like it fits Monster Hunter perfectly. I love the wide scale look it has going for. It's just so chunky and it works so well. Fighting against this big boy is challenging, but it feels satisfying and rewarding after you slay it. I'll place it in the A tier. Blangonga is another monkey type monster. It fails to capture the uniqueness of the other monkey type monsters. I do like the design, but it is kinda bland. The gameplay and the battle against this monster is wild though. The moves are strong and unpredictable. It isn't challenging, but it can get challenging if you do not watch his attacks. A good B tier monster. Gore Magala's design is very cool. The smoky effect this monster has makes it seem corrupted and evil. I was intimidated when I first saw it. The build-up of it helped as well. The design is great, but I just wish the areas it's in weren't that dark. At times you can't see all the details on the monster. And I know this is weird, but I wish it had a slightly bigger head. It just looks a tad bit small. I struggled fighting against this monster so many times and that's when I realized, okay, I need to upgrade my gear, and then the grind started. Gore Magala goes in the A tier. Normal Arkwelt is also in the game. Like Rathalos and Doshaguma, it is same as its Guardian version, but this time around I love the Guardian and the normal version of Arkwelt equally. It is such an overall great design. I struggled to fight against it for so long, I kept dying over and over again even in multiplayer. But once I upgraded all my equipment, gradually Arkwelt became my bitch, and now it is a cakewalk. I'll place Arkwelt in the S tier and an all-time great monster. And that concludes it. This was my ranking of all the monsters in Monster Hunter Wilds so far. I'm really looking forward to future monsters that will be introduced to the game in the upcoming title updates. I really hope everyone enjoyed this video because I had a great time talking about these amazing monsters. I'll keep playing this game, grind, trying to get all the gears from these monsters. But in the meantime, let me know down below, which Monster Hunter Wilds monster is your favorite? And what's your all-time favorite Monster Hunter monster? Okay, saying monster that many times is really a mouthful. Anyways, as always, I'll see everyone on the next video.